All right. Hello again. This is Set here, aka Lucifer, spiritual and business consultant. Um, like I said before, there's some people that are commenting at the section in the comment section telling me, "Bro, chill, bro, stop, bro, blah blah blah." But the thing is, it's you're barking up the wrong tree because it's not me, bro. That's well, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Well, it's a little bit, but I'm not even a whistleblower all that much, right? Like I'm a truth teller, right? And I might do a little bit of whistleblowing here and then, right? But mind you, mind you that you can't kill or attack people for telling the truth. You can't kill somebody for whistleblowing. Like you can physically, right? More or less, you can physically do that, but it's not right, right? So you can't tell somebody that's a truth teller or whistleblower to stop doing what they're doing as if they're the one instigating a battle or something like that. If I'm telling the truth or I'm whistleblowing, I'm not instigating a fight. I'm trying to realign things, right? So it's not. I appreciate the gesture and thank you for worrying about me because you know but at the end of the day, it's not me, it's not. I'm not. It's not like I'm grabbing hold of one person and I'm slapping him and shit, and you know what I mean, bro? Like it's not the same thing. So if I'm whistleblowing, I'm on my laptop, I'm on my PC in front of my camera, and I'm making a video. It's creative content. First of all, it's creative content, so you can't legally bind me creatively because it's my video, right? And then not only that, but you can't just start harassing me. I mean, they do it, they can and they do it, but that it's not legal. It's not okay. It's not right. You know. So, and if you don't do it, you basically if I listen to you guys, I would have to. If I stop, it would mean that I would have to stop telling you what's going on. I would have to stop telling you what's real and what's not. And you don't want to not know what's going on. You want to know what's going on. So it's kind of like some weird shit, man. It's not that weird. I understand it, but I don't really have to take it. And like I said, I'm receiving the threats, right? I'm receiving death threats. I didn't send any death threats. I'm like, bro, stop lying, right? Stop lying. Stop saying, bullshit. Stop deceiving people. That's what I'm saying. These people are saying we're gonna run up in your house. We're gonna kill you. We're gonna do this and do that and blah blah blah. Like so it's not the same. Even the context is different. You know what I mean? Even the threat content is different, right? Because the thing is, I'm gonna act like a bitch real quick, right? I'm gonna act like an idealistic person right now. The thing is, it's like Batman. If anybody likes Batman, if anybody likes Batman, right? Batman does not kill, right? But the people he stops, he's trying to rehabilitate these people. And on the side of the people that he fights, right? To play devil advocate for 2 seconds, the people that he fights are thinking like, well, I can't let Batman stop me, and I can't get arrested, right? Because if I get arrested, then it's over, right? I can't stop doing evil because if I stop doing evil, I will lose the power that I have, which actually is completely true, right? But when you're being rehabilitated, it's to find a new path, right? It's to find something else instead of being evil, right? Find something. I'm not saying that I'm gonna rehabilitate anybody. I'm not saying that. But in a global view, in a global view of things, right? Like if I look at everybody on the planet, right? I cannot feel like as if I'm harming you because I'm telling you to tell the truth. The power you have right now, if you have any power at all, the power you have right now, if you have any power at all, is corrupted, right? It's corrupted. So you can't really, I mean, you have to flip that, bro. Like, you have to flip it. You can't be like, oh man, I want this corrupted power. I want to stay in this corrupted power. It's not okay. It is not okay. It is not right. So you can't like be like, oh, you know, I'm gonna kill you and fuck out of here, man. Like that's garbage, man. Like, and most people, the thing is, a lot of people are impatient. The number one reason why most people end up being greedy and doing stupid shit is because they're impatient. That's the number one reason. The number one reason of people doing stupid shit is impatience. I'm impatient too. I'm a very impatient person. I'm an Aries. Aries are not very patient. They're not patient at all. You know what I mean, bro? Like I have patience for certain things, but generally speaking, like I'm impatient, right? And all Aries are like that. All Aries like are kind of impatient people. So I understand that completely well, but that doesn't mean like it's a personal process. It's a personal process, man. It's a personal process. Like I said before, I'm not the one doing the rehabilitation, but I think the rest of the world, like it takes a village to raise a child, right? So I think the rest of society, you can find yourself in the rest of society if you choose to. There's a lot of people that don't choose to. There's a lot of people that sometimes they make the choice to reevaluate their life choices, right? But not everybody does that, you know. And when not everybody does that, you get things like Dolo the pilot, right? Like this guy is obviously corrupted, and he's probably that kind of like Batman villain kind of dude where he's like oh well, if I don't do this, I'm gonna lose all my powers, so I have to keep doing what I'm doing, right? So and then you're stuck in this endless loop, just like Batman is stuck with an endless loop with Joker, where Batman has to keep coming around and keep coming around and keep coming around, and Joker keeps doing crime and keeps doing crime and keeps doing crime, and Batman tries to stop him all the time, and so they're both in this continuous circle of the cat and mouse guy type of shit, right? And unfortunately, it's kind of a judgment to say that Batman is right for doing what he's doing, because he kind of is. And I'm not saying Joker doesn't have his own point of own like logical. Joker obviously has a logical process to his madness, right? Like we all know why Joker is Joker, and it makes perfect sense because the world is fucking crazy and the world is corrupted. So in a sense, there's a lot of people that might feel like there's no point into doing what's right or even trying, because if you try, you end up like Batman, right? And people don't want to end up like Batman. People want to have a life, People want to have a family. They want to have a life. They want to have kids and blah 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 blah. So I'm sorry. I'm just not a very I'm not a very family oriented person, but so so people want that, right? So there's a lot of things that slip through the crack, just like Dolo ain't supposed to be is not supposed to have a channel, man. There's a lot of YouTubers that are not supposed to have channel, bro. A lot, man. Like an amazing amount, bro. Like a ridiculous amount, right? But they still have a channel. And the reason why that is because people are impatient and nobody wants to wait their turn, or nobody wants to figure themselves out in order to know exactly what they're supposed to do in life or how they're supposed to do it. And that this route is easier and this route is quicker, so I'm gonna choose this route, and bada bing, bada boom. You end up being, and you on the other side of the spectrum, you end up being this Batman character. You end up being in the endless time loop. You end up doing the same things over and over again, kind of like in a like an insane person. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right? And we can say that Batman is actually insane because Joker's never gonna change. There's no fucking way in hell that Joker ever going to change, right? Like because Joker is just as obsessed as Batman is. Joker wants Batman to be like him, and Batman wants Joker to be like him. So they're both doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So they're both crazy, So anyway, so truth tellers, I'm not saying these guys are right for acting the way they're acting. They're obviously not right for acting the way they're acting, but but that's the thing though. Like, and people, oh well, you can't judge people on blah blah blah. Yeah, but man, like, like it's not about judging people. It's about, loving where you live, bro. It's about like being happy to be alive, man. I mean, like, there's some people that might say they're happy of being alive right now, but I don't think that's the same case for everybody on the planet, man. Like, there's a lot of shit going on, and there's all those protests and all those manifestations are not for nothing, bro. Like the craziness that happened at the White House not too long ago, that's not for nothing. That's just pure craziness. I think there's like two people that died on both sides. There was like there's one protester and one cop that died that day, man. So that's kind of, it's crazy shit, man. Like, it's unprecedented, actually. I think there's only one president that ever fought a war in the history of the United States, bro. So you imagine that shit, man. Like, so legit no one ever got hurt in the White House, bro. In centuries. So this is the first time this shit ever happens. You imagine that shit, man. This is the first time in the history of the United States that shit happens. So that's hardcore shit, dude. So so right now it's not the best time, man. So you can't tell me that people are happy. You might be like, oh man, but if you tell the truth and da 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 da, they're gonna come at you and shit like that. Yeah, but what else are you supposed to do, man? Like, if you don't want to live in a corrupted world, what else are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to meditate until everything disappears, bruh. That's not how it works, man. That's just not how it works, bro. Like, and there's a lot of like gurus that be like, oh, just let shit happen and blah blah blah. Yeah, well, if you just let shit happen all the time, pretty much one of those shits is gonna push a button, and that button is gonna be the nuclear 16 nuclear missiles, and it's gonna simultaneously hit all the continents at the same time, destroying everybody on Earth. You know what I mean? It's like, people be like, uh, path of least resistance. I'm like, bro, you know what path of least resistance remind me of? Path of least resistance remind me of, you have like a nice car, right? You have like an Aston fucking Martin, right? You have a DB8. You have a DB8 or a DB5 Aston Martin, right? But you're on top of a cliff, right? And you put the handbrake on, right? You put it on. You remove the handbrake, right? You leave the you pick up the handbrake, right? You leave the handbrake on, and then you walk out your DB8, and you just let the fucking car just go down the cliff. Like, like you just let the car just run down the fucking cliff, and then it just smashes, and you're like, and your dudes are right next to you, and they'd be like, yo, you're not gonna stop your car from crashing down the cliff. You'd be like, nah, man, that's the path of least resistance, because the path of resistance would be to get in front of the DB8 so it doesn't go down the cliff, right? Because you don't want it to crash. So you're gonna struggle, right? You're gonna struggle for that car not to crash down the cliff. But the path of resistance is like, hey, if the DB8 crashes at the end of the cliff, it crashes at the end of the cliff, and that's it. I mean, like, god damn, man. That's crazy. That's chaos theory, bro. That's chaos. That's chaos theory, man. Just let the shit burn. Just let it all burn, bro. That's some Joker shit, bro. That's what Joker would do. Joker would legit park his car on top of a cliff. It'd be a nice car, like, right, a fucking Lambo, just like in the movie, right? He would park his Lambo right on top of a cliff, and he would let that shit just ride the fuck down. He'd probably find that shit hysterical too, like, be laughing all the way, right? But the regular person, a person that has logic, a logical person would actually get in front of the car so it doesn't crash, which is a completely normal fucking reaction, right? So, to me, truth telling or truth saying or whistleblowing is a perfectly fucking normal reaction, bro. It's a logical reaction, man. It's a logical reaction, dude. There's nothing abnormal about it. There's nothing crazy about it. The crazy thing is somebody that wants to come at you for telling the truth. You know what I mean? That's the crazy part. You know what I mean? The person is like ready to kill you, ready to do all kinds of nonsense just because you're truth telling or you're whistleblowing. I mean, I understand I'm fucking your shit up, but at the same time, it's extreme. It's an extreme reaction. You know what I mean, bro? And it's an extreme reaction because your shit is so fucked up that you don't even have a defense for what you're doing. So you're not even defending yourself. You're going straight for worst case scenario, right? Like you're going right for the worst thing you can possibly imagine. You know what I mean, bro? Because you ain't got you don't have a reason. You don't have a reason for what the fuck you're doing. So you can't have a conversation. That's out of the fucking question, right? You can't prove your point because your point is doing dirt in order to get whatever I can get super easily. That type of shit. You know what I mean? That type of shit, dude. Like, so shit is crazy, man. Like, shit is crazy, dude. Like, so this is the world we live in today, bro. Like, this is what these Illuminati cats are doing today, bro. That's what these supposed Masons are doing today, bro. That's what regular people are doing today, man. And there's nothing right about it, bro. Like, so I appreciate you worrying, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm gonna let the Lambo crash down the cliff. I'm gonna let the Lambo crash the cliff on this one, son. Cause make it or break it. You know what I mean? this make it or break it thing, cause these people won't leave you alone, even if they like it when you're whistleblowing. First of all, right? They like that shit, right? It's I don't know why, but I know they like it. Cause if you're not whistleblowing, if you're not truth telling, that's when they fuck with you the most, right? Like they fuck with you even more if you're not whistleblowing, right? And and proof is in the pudding because I said I was gonna stop doing videos, and I got like blasted. You know what I mean, bro? Like I was blasted massively. But even though I think it's not really the reason why I got blasted, but it's kind of it's still relevant because you could have been like, well, he's gonna stop doing videos, so fuck him. Let's move on to other things, right? But that's not what they did. You know what I mean, bro? So they obviously wanted me to do more and more shit. And at the same time, they get pissed off and then they want to come and try and kill your ass. But anyway, it's just, ugh, whatever, man. It's just weird, fucked up shit, dude. It's just weird shit, man. So you kind of in this like position where it's like you have to let the car crash down the cliff. You don't have a choice because you know their dudes are never gonna stop, right? Like they're never gonna stop. So you gotta let the car crash, man. Like if they want to be about that life, then it is what it is. Whatever happens happens. Whatever fucking happens happens. It is what it is. And I'm a mentally strong guy. I'm a very strong guy, right? So in my case, it's a little bit normal for me to have that reaction in this situation because that's kind of like what I'm used to. And before any of this shit started, that was I was in the streets. So I wasn't in the street, but I was a street guy. I wasn't homeless, but I was in the street, right? So it's kind of like that's how we live, on a regular basis, man. Like you never know who's gonna come by and try to do some shit when you're in the street. So you kind of like you can't have you already have that mentality of, well, if the car crashes. I don't give a shit. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know, so that's kind of like my go-to thing, especially at this point in time. If you spend, because they spend too much time threatening me. You know what I mean? Like almost all their videos are talking about like you know weird shit. Like they're talking about like kids, people gonna arrest some people, like somebody has a kid, and like just disgusting ratchet shit, like and a lot of people are entertained by all this disgusting ratchet shit, dude. And but the thing that these people don't understand is that they're talking to a specific person. You know what I mean? Because they don't have anything else to do but to talk to specific people, because the people that are watching their videos is only strictly for entertainment purposes. So when somebody is whistleblowing or telling the truth, all the attention is going to go on you because they're not doing shit, right? They're not really doing anything. They're not helping. They're not doing nothing, right? So all the attention goes on you because most of the people on their channel don't ask them questions. They don't ask questions. They don't test them. They don't put them on the how do I say that? Um, they don't ask questions. They basically don't ask questions. So they're free to, well, free. I don't know if the right word would be free, but it's that's basically, it's their videos are for entertainment purposes at that point. At a specific point, it's strictly for entertainment purposes. So they don't have to actually read cards. They don't have to actually do anything spiritual because it's like TV for their viewers. So they have the so comes like some people think that they don't have time for shit like that, but it's the complete opposite. They only have time for shit like that, dude, because there's not a lot of whistleblowers, there's not a lot of truth tellers, there's not a lot of people that are on the right path. There's not a lot of people that are on the path of truth and knowledge, you know. And Lucifer, the thing is, the funny part is, you know, a lot of people have this Lucifer thing misconstrued because Lucifer wants you to know the truth. You know, it helps him out. Whether Lucifer is pure evil or not, you knowing the truth about everything helps him out more than you not knowing the truth. Because if you know the truth, you're gonna be pissed off at all of this shit, and you're gonna be like, you're gonna zone out, right? And then you're gonna have a neurosis. You're gonna have some sort of neurosis, whether it's aggressive or passive, and either you're gonna break shit or you're gonna be a whistleblower, right? Because you're gonna be angry. You're gonna want to retaliate in some shape or form. So you know that's how I see it. You know, and that's how, you know. And a lot of people don't actually understand that. You know, I'm speaking a little bit on my stance on my whole Lucifer thing. I feel like it's just to say so. Um, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, dude. So if I say that I'm Lucifer, you best believe that I'm trying to tell you the truth, whether it's for a mischievous purpose or a righteous purpose. It doesn't matter. The thing that matters is I'm telling the truth. I'm not lying. You know what I mean? You do what you want to do with the information. You know, I could tell you what to do with the information, but that's a whole other ball game. You know, because not people don't like. That's another thing people don't like. People don't like being told what to do, right? So the only thing you can do is give the person the information. Whatever he does with the information is, you know, up to him. You know, just like Dolo. I'm just giving out the information. The people are the ones that decide what they want to do. You know, I can't force like people that watch Dolo the pilot. I can't force them not to watch not to watch Dolo, right? You know, the only thing I can do is give them the information. If they keep watching him, they keep watching him. If they don't want to watch him, they don't want to watch him. The preferred thing would be for them not to watch that kind of shit, you know, because it's toxic, and you know, and yeah, man, you know, it's toxic, man. It's toxic shit, dude. Like today, he was talking about killing. You know, I was on this channel. I called him a faggot. I went on his live and I called him a faggot and shit, man. He didn't answer, but as soon as I was there, he started talking about killing and shit. You know, people dying and shit like that. He was sending subliminals. You know, I just called him a faggot. Yeah, called him a faggot. I said you ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna kill shit. You're a liar. You're a liar, a faggot. All kinds of shit, bro. And then I left, bro, because he was talking about killing. You know, he was talking about like killing me or some shit like that, man. I was like, whatever. So anyway, so that's like toxic shit, you know. And he masks it, like, you know, like he was talking about like Chris Rock. You know, I don't know. Chris Rock did something. I don't know what he did. I didn't check it out. Um, Chris Rock is a person that I don't know what he did, but I know that he needs help. You know, I know that he needs help. He needs some fucking therapy, and he knows that he needs therapy. That's the worst part. So I don't know what happened, but apparently he was talking about Chris Rock canceling Chris Rock. So he probably did something or said something bad. I don't know what it is, and you know, and then he randomly started talking about people dying and shit, and because of the pandemic and everything, you know. Anyway, he masks it, you know. So it's just, anyway, ridiculous. So Me, that's what I do, you know. So, like I said before, I give you guys the information. If you choose to listen to them, I can't. There's nothing, you know. Hey, it is what it is, you know. But hey, it is what it is. So, like I said before, I kind of instigated that a little bit. I'm not gonna. I kind of instigated that one a little bit, but not really because I'm tired. It's the worst part. Like he's like the kingpin of that shit, right? Like it's him, and then he has like a bunch of people that work for him. Like he has a network of spiritual of witches, right? He has a network of witches and shit. And every time you attack him, it's the witches that come after you, right? Like, you know, so but those witches are annoying, bro. Like they say the most wild, outrageous shit, and at the same time, they're not just saying that for nothing. It's because they're trying to curse you with the shit that they're saying. So they do the same thing Dolo does, right? They're like, oh man, they're like picking cars. Ooh boy, ooh girl, yeah, this, that. Oh, there's somebody doing this and there's somebody doing that. But in actuality, they're cursing. They're trying to curse people and shit, right? They're cursing me. They might be trying to curse other people too, because there's some shit that I don't understand. You know, there's some shit that like totally from left field for me, like when they talk about children, and I don't know what the fuck that's about, bro. Like, because there's this thing they're still talking about it. There's this thing where they keep saying like, the your neighbor, she has a child. The not the neighbor, but she has a child. There's a child on the way, and she has a child, and some. I don't. I'm sorry, man. It's fucking ridiculous. So these tarot readers, they do card magic. They do cartomancy, right? They do cartomancy, and is it cartomancy? I think for that might hold up. Let me check it out. I might be pronouncing that incorrectly. Let me check that out for 2 seconds. I think it's cartomancy. Yeah, that's what it is. It's cartomancy. So they do cartomancy. So they do like magic with the cards. You have to remember those things are called arcanes. There's major arcanes and minor arcanes. So it's not called arcane for no reason. So I don't know how to do cartomancy. It's not my thing. I do have you know a talent for divination, but I don't do cartomancy, right? But divination with cards is cartomancy, but they actually like they do curses with that shit. Like they do like actual magic with that shit, right? Well, they try to. So when you're looking at the video, you think she's just tripping and shit like that, or it's funny for somebody that doesn't have a problem with none of these people, and he's just like watching it just to find out what's going on with his horoscope and some shit. He just finds it funny, even though it doesn't make any fucking sense. So the person's like entertained. So this person is laughing, but on the flip side, on the other spectrum, you got people that are trying to, do shit, and those are actual threats that's coming towards them, right? Like you know what's going on, they know what's going on, but everybody else doesn't. So it's kind of like shit, man. Shit is crazy. So that shit's toxic, bro. Like that's super toxic, man. I wouldn't even listen to that shit, to be quite honest, man, because that's like some Jerry Springer shit. Like every time I watch your video, you're always saying somebody's gonna get shot. Somebody's trying to set you up and shit. Like just nasty, just disgusting shit. It is disgusting shit. It's disgusting shit. It's disgusting shit, bro. Because it's not even good for your mind. Even if you're not involved in the beef with these people or something like that, it's not even good for your brain, bro. That shit's not good for your mind, man. You fucking your mind up with you're filling your mind with trash. So it's like just toxic shit, bro. Anyway, so this video is too damn long. I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.